We are back.
Hey.
And we are back on the old video.
Yeah, I've got a spot on my face for the first time in years.
I said to myself today, now, full disclosure, I don't usually, if we record these early, like we are today, I don't usually wash before these.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's war. It's a fucking podcast.
Yeah.
I'll come in
Can
grease.
transmit smell.
Exactly. And then I was like, but we're doing the video again tomorrow, so fucking...
So you washed?
No, I didn't, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, right, okay.
It was literally, I was just lying in bed going, you are eating into shower time right now, and just scrolled it away.
We were recording so early, I had to have my headlights on in my car when I left the house. It was so dark.
Yeah, it's winter's a coming, baby.
It is.
Also, I forced myself to eat breakfast this morning.
Oh yeah.
When I didn't even really want to, but again, I was like, doing the pod. I don't know. Where is my next meal coming from?
Yeah. What is your breakfast go-to? What are you having?
If I'm being honest with you, Gav.
Yes.
Breakfast isn't
you don't normally bother?
I don't normally bother.
I would take an extra half hour in bed over breakfast.
Yeah,
most of the time.
And I do.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what I do.
Like when you're away doing gigs and there's a free hotel breakfast. I
miss them.
I would
even
say I
sometimes.
make them 10% of the time.
Yeah. yeah. It's always that, and it's always the same dance we play. While we're checking in, they tell us.
And what time is breakfast?
Breakfast is between...
Unless they tell me 11:30, then I'm like, oh well.
And I check out 11.
Yeah. Somebody told me they were staying in a hotel and they were like, breakfast is 8 to 8:40, and they were like,
that's
what?
Not a big enough window.
No.
I tell you, the weirdest breakfast I've ever had when I was away, and I don't even know why I actually did have this one, but I did, and I regretted it. Have you ever been at like one of these Airbnbs?
Take a minute. You can do that.
Yeah.
An Airbnb.
Just a lot of stress.
I'll answer now. Not really. I've not been to many.
But it was like, I've actually even used the wrong terminology. It was a B&B.
Right. Okay.
So it's bed and breakfast.
Just on the land.
And it was just a guy's house.
Yes, I hate that.
I also now realised hate that.
I don't even like staying at a friend's house.
It's me neither. It's really uncomfortable.
When I'm away, I want to be the worst version of myself.
Yeah.
And I don't need anyone seeing that.
Yeah. Oh, mate, so many things about that B&B experience creeped me out to the point of I'll never do this again. Yeah. The first thing was, so as I was checking in and stuff, it's just a guy's house. I went outside for a vape. I went, oh, is this your back garden? Can I have vaping here? And he went, yeah, no worries. And then I went out and I was having a vape. And then he came out and just sat down. And I went, oh, do you smoke as well? And he went, no, I just thought I'd chat to you. And I went, well, don't get that. We'll stop that immediately. Yes. Don't just think you can chat to me. But then
people want that. That's the thing. Like they'll rate the host. That's part of the rating system.
That's the B&B experience. And
also, so they're like, God, I better chat to this guy.
I'm well aware that's me being a miserable bastard. It's kind of the same when you're in a taxi. Sometimes I can feel the taxi drivers like people want me to speak to them. But it's weird if you get in a taxi going, I am not one of those people. If this is silent, the better.
Yeah.
But yeah, but honest to God, I got back in from the gig. I had a little fucking pot noodle in my room. And then honestly, I'm going to guess it was about midnight to half midnight.
Right.
Knock at the door.
Uh-huh.
And I'm there just like, hello?
Yeah.
And he went, just checking everything's all right.
That's too late.
Way too late.
I would say the cut-off for that,
time.
10 p.m. maybe.
I felt like he was...
And even that's kind of late.
I felt like he was trying to fuck me. That's what it felt like. I felt like he was trying to come in there.
And was he successful?
He was.
Oh, well. When? And he's going for that 5-star rating for the host. He put my back out, that man.
And then in the morning, it's the most awkward experience of my life. Coming down for breakfast, me and a Spanish woman just sat in this cunt's kitchen.
Yeah, it's not good.
Well, he just makes us breakfast. And he's taking orders. And he's stressed. He's stressed to the fucking gunnels. Me and one Spanish lady.
Yeah.
And he can't hack it.
Yeah.
His sister's running in with more fucking bacon.
Lives with his sister?
Nope, she just lives nearby. And she, this is what he said, she's always on call for the breakfast because it always gets a bit much for him. So, I was just sitting there like, just me and another stranger in some other cunt's kitchen. I was like, this is unusual.
Yeah.
And I didn't care for it.
There's very few people, like, a lot of times I'll go places and folk are like, hey, if you need somewhere to crash, and it's people that I like and enjoy their company, and most of the time I'm like, no. Very few places I feel comfortable.
I would
Elliot Steele's house, I feel comfortable there, and I don't know why.
That's a horrible house. Call. Yeah,
horrible
it's a horrible house.
I hate it.
Horrible house, horrible man.
Last time I was there, I shut my bedroom door, which was a mistake, it turns out. There is no handle in that spare room door. It's just not there. And so I was locked in. So I woke up at 7, bursting on a pee, and I was trapped. And I was like, can't wake him up. It's too early.
That's crazy.
And I don't want to shout help or whatever.
Crazy.
So I was just stuck in there. So I had
Who lives there? Is it just Elliot, or is he?
His dad as well.
Yeah.
It's very apparent that 2 male comedians live in that house. So it's just little telltale signs. Like I went for a wee when I first got there, and it didn't flush, and I was like, your toilet's not flushing. And he was, oh yeah, I'll sort it later. I was like, okay. And so when I then went later on, there was a huge shit in that toilet. And it's a mess. And I went to flush it before I went, and it still wasn't flushing. I was like, okay, so no, this hasn't
pissing on someone else's shit.
Yeah, pretty grim. But so I'm locked in my bedroom at 7 a.m, and I need to go. And I was like looking, I'm like, I could piss out the window, I guess, but it's on quite a busy street.
Yeah, you can't. No, hold on. You've got way too comfortable with the idea of pissing out the window. I could piss out the window, I guess.
A few people suggested that when I was messaging folk, like, I'm in trouble.
So you're already messaging people.
Yeah.
Why are you not messaging Elliot?
He's in bed. He's asleep. Oh. And I did message him going, I've locked myself in.
Okay.
I sent him a text. I didn't want to call.
Yeah.
You don't need woken up. So
yes, he does. Yes, he does need woken up.
Yeah.
You're going to piss in his bedroom. I would rather, if you were staying at mine, which never will happen because I don't like having people over.
Yes.
But I found that about myself. As soon as I had my own property,
I think things would have to be bad for me to stay at yours. Like, I must have been kicked out of the house.
Yeah, yes. It must be a low. And at which point, I would have you, by the way, just so you know.
And I would cake that house in piss.
Well,
that's why I was kicked out.
We have handles. We have handles, so not a problem we'd have. But what was it? Yeah, I would rather be woken up.
Yes.
Than you piss in
I would be the same as
bedroom.
Well.
Yeah.
But there's something about
Elliot does seem like he's not the sort of guy that's going to.
He would be
up.
perfectly happy. With that. To give him his due, he's a normal person. He'd be fine with it. He'd go back to bed.
Oh yeah,
after.
mate. Sorry, geese. Forgot to say no fucking handle. That's my bad. My oopsie daisy. Have a little fucking Johnny Riddle.
That's the worst impression I've ever heard.
That's bang on, mate. That's Elliot Steele, mate.
No, that's maybe his dad. Elliot's more.
Yeah, well,
he's got like a patois, doesn't he?
A patois?
Yeah.
What's that?
Like an accent.
Is that Tory for patter?
No, it's.
Do I want to have a bit of
London for accent. Although
French.
It's more like an ethnic accent, I think.
Oh, okay.
I would guess. I'm not 100% sure.
I didn't know what the word was.
People are surprised that Elliot's white if they've only just heard him. That's what I would say. Oh yeah, big time. He gets that a lot. People go, he's a white guy.
Oh yeah, true. He does. He's quite deep, isn't it?
It's deep, and it's also not Cockney, like what you're doing.
Is he not London?
He's London, but Cockney's different.
They're all that.
Okay, fair enough.
This is London, innit?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
He's more, nah, bruv, you know?
True, yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine he's the sort of guy that would say wagwan instead of hello.
I'm not sure white people are allowed to say wagwan.
Well, I've heard Elliot do it, so let's.
I don't think he has.
No, of course not.
Yeah. So I have a 500ml bottle of water in my room. It's mostly full though, and I'm like, well, I can drink it all, but that's only just going to come back later, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
So I had to neck it and then fill it up with my own piss.
You pissed in a ball?
Oh yeah.
See, I think I've done it, but I can't remember ever pissing in a ball.
It's a low point when you're in a person's house peeing in a ball, I've got to say. I didn't feel great.
Yeah.
I have a lot of toilet mishaps, I've got to say.
You actually do, you know. You actually do.
I feel like I'm quite often in a situation in a toilet. Yeah.
In a perilous
short
toilet problem.
Yeah. Like an inordinate amount of times.
Yeah, it actually is.
I think it's just business for a lot of people. For me, it's an adventure every time.
Yeah, you're like, why is it always a battle?
Got to answer riddles, you know, there's animals in there.
I just want to empty my bladder.
Like, I could come into this podcast and go, I was in the shopping centre, went to the toilet, fucking crocodile came out, you'd be like, yeah,
classic
what? You got to check for those first.
Classic what?
You got to check for the crocodiles, mate. And I never do.
There's always a little. This is a weird thing to say, but there's always a little voice in my head. Anytime I'm just sitting down in the toilet, there's always a little voice in me going, what if like a fucking snake just jumped out?
I think about that quite a lot.
Yeah. It's hard not to, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's because when I was a kid, I watched a story about, in America, a snake came out a toilet. And I think about it quite a lot.
Yeah, so do I.
And I think it's because you're so vulnerable.
You're so exposed.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could do to it.
I
think all that would happen is I'd be sitting down. Yeah, what do you think you'd do? How do you think you'd react to it? I think I'd just maybe shout the word snake. Snake!
God, you would jump up so fast, wouldn't you?
Well, I can't.
You would, though, if there was a snake there. Now, first of all,
even if a snake bit my ring piece, I'd go, nah, come on then. Up we go. Yeah. I don't think I can. Up we go. I don't think I can do anything with speed anymore.
Oh, there's a snake dangled off my tush.
Oh, well, that's me today.
I don't even think, not even a bite. Do you know what might be worse than a bite? And you might think I'm crazy. Just the little tail. Just a little tail getting you.
Of course that's worse.
Because you would love it. That's the problem.
You
would love it. And that would be it. Nothing would satisfy you the same. You would start willing snakes to be in toilets. Because you want to be right on the...
You'd start looking at clean toilets like, no way a snake's coming out of this one. Next.
You'd dump your girlfriend, you'd be on social media like Tinder and all that, like have tiny thing tongue. I need that now. I need it.
Must have tiny
I don't care how tall you are, I don't care how many limbs you got. I need a tiny thin little tongue.
Slit in the middle, optional.
And up preferred. And up for it is what I would also say. And if you don't know what I mean by that, we're not compatible.
See, what I would be more worried about that is not the pleasure I'd get from it, because frankly, I don't think that little tongue would have the force to get me where I want to get. Yes,
I agree. That's probably right.
Yeah. But what I would be worried about is the snake crawling up there.
Right. I think it'd be very difficult for that to happen.
You don't know my butthole.
That's true.
Loose.
I think that's true and good. But
I think that's true and good.
I do. I think that's
a very both true those, and good thing.
I don't think, especially when stuff's coming out of there, that's why you're sitting in the first place, right?
Yeah.
It's very much an exit at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you put your feet up?
No, but apparently
you're
supposed to have a little stool. Yeah, it should be more like kind of squat.
I walked into the bathroom the other day. She's going to hate me saying this, but you know what? She doesn't listen.
I think it's fine.
And there was a stool at next to the toilet. And I went, Ailey,
can you not reach the toilet?
Can you? She needs a little step up to... weirdly, that's now just the most adorable little image. Just climbing onto the toilet like a toddler. And I went, have you been doing the feet up poo stool thing?
I think that it's crazy for that to just show up in your house. I feel like that should have been a discussion.
Yes, first. I agree.
Like, Gareth, I've read this thing. Apparently, it's much better to have a stool. I'm going to get us a toilet stool.
I read the same thing, and I've always wondered.
A stool, if you will.
And she came back with an energy of like a camp man recommending the new fucking
Madonna album. Let's be homophobic. Come on.
I was trying to find who's the one. Liza Minnelli was the one I was shooting for.
Oh, that's old school homophobia.
Yeah.
I like it. Streisand.
she just came in the corner with a buzzing engine. She went, "You are going to love it." And she swears by it. She's like, honestly, it feels ridiculous that people have been shitting any other way.
Wow, okay.
I still have not tried it. Scared to.
It's there and you've not tried?
It's right there, Gareth, and I kick out the way and
I think curiosity would get the better of me and I would be trying.
I am curious, but also, it's just one of those things I'm like, do I want to be a nearly 30-year-old man pooing in a different way now? But I don't.
I think it's worth the risk. I think that your creature of comfort is your thing.
Very much am.
And you're set in your ways. But if you were to discover something better, I think you'd go, wow, what else am I missing out on?
It could very much be the caramel latte to my old latte.
Yeah. Would you ever consider a bum gun in the toilet?
Oh,
I think about it a lot.
I would love one of them. It's a pleasure that I cannot...
I've had to go a Japanese toilet seat at my mate's house.
It's a dream.
It's a dream.
It's my dream.
The water is warm.
Oh,
do you know what it's like?
Warm water.
Warm water just in your. It feels like a little snake's tongue, actually.
Because we're really getting to know each other now, us and the listeners. One of my favourite parts of the shower is when you fucking take that head off and you can just fucking jet it.
Change
the setting to fucking gold.
Get in there, yeah. I want a colonic.
Yeah.
My shower head doesn't reach down. It's got like one of the little attachments, so you can't get it too far down.
You can't get it. Annoying.
So I've not really lived that life for quite some time.
So you should actually maybe invest in either the shower head, or at that point you might as well just go for the Japanese.
Oh yeah, I think there's something to be said for the bum gun,
because I'm not a massive fan of the bidet, like that another little toilet.
I don't like that either.
Yeah,
if there's something
and too invasive about it.
Invasive is correct. Yeah, I think to have a specific thing. Somehow the gun feels less that. When it's a little bidet.
Fully agree. The bidet is too much.
And why is it a different height?
Yeah.
Surely it should be the same height.
If I would argue maybe bigger.
Yeah.
The fact it's smaller and ridiculous sized.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the bidet.
Yeah.
But the gun, I'm so into that.
I think it's it's better for the environment.
Yeah.
Like
less paper.
Yeah, all that paper going into wherever it goes. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it's a good idea, and I don't know. I never will. That's the important thing. I would like
There's so many things in my house currently that I talk about going, we should get that.
Yeah.
And knowing never will.
This is very fucking basic content, right?
Right, yeah, sure.
But I've heard it spoke about a lot everywhere. It's one of those ones like, what do you call a roll? Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But it seems to be...
I don't call it a BAP. I'll say that right now.
Correct. Well done. It's one of these things I see spoke about a lot, and people are baffled by the other side.
Yeah.
And that's whether you sit or stand to wipe.
Who's standing?
I was so sure you were a stander.
No, but I'll tell you this, Gareth, and I will divulge this because I like you and I like doing the podcast. I know this is going to be met with fierce criticism. I do wipe different, though.
Okay.
I do.
I knew there'd be something up. You go down the front.
I go down the front.
That's
and
crazy.
Then wipe up. So people are towards the balls, and I'm like...
Well, I know I wipe towards the balls as well.
Yeah, but this is the thing. People lose their shit when they're like, you should be wiping up your fucking... And this is the phrase they use, up your back, is what they fucking say to me. I go, you should be wiping shit up your back. I don't... And also, this is my argument. I don't go down and then just forget how momentum works and shit everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people are like, are you rubbing your balls?
Yeah,
like, no. I know with my
way
asshole
before
stops.
the fucking balls. But people are like, that's fucking... Yeah, people
There's a lot of space between the butthole and the
I tell you
balls.
what, you and me are getting on like a fucking house on fire today.
It's very rare. I don't like it.
It's so different. It's so different. And I'm actually sat up like ready to defend.
Yeah,
and then when you agreed, even with the ball thing, man.
Do you know why I think it's better to go that way?
Oh,
because...
Yes.
As a dad with a baby now, that's the way you wipe, right?
Yes.
And so you just get used to that. So it's a comfortable feeling because that's what you're used to.
Put them on blast, you fucking back wipers.
What are you doing back wiping?
Also,
that's where the hair is.
Who's standing as well?
Right, the people...
That's madness.
The people who stand are like, how do you sit? How does that even work?
You're closing the bit that should be fucking wiped,
yeah.
I would argue.
Yes, when you stand up, the cheeks are feeling up. Yeah, I agree. So people can't understand the way you would do that to sit down. I just lean to the side.
Oh, it's a little lean, isn't it?
It's a tiny lean.
It's a tiny little lean.
I can get in.
Yeah, exactly.
This is why we got the camera back.
The demonstration. If you're listening to this on audio, get over to the fucking YouTube.
You got to have a look at what I do.
Little lean.
And just do that.
That's hardly.
I know, like, you put your hand in the toilet. I'm like, it's not in the toilet again.
I know, ridiculous.
The people who think you're wiping shit on your balls and you're dipping your hand into the water first to wipe.
Yeah, that's me.
They have no coordination at all.
I have to be honest. I probably do enter the bowl.
Maybe.
I enter the bowl a little bit.
I don't know that I do a lot.
But I don't think that's crazy. The water would be crazy. I've never touched the bowl. It's not like my hand's just slapping about the fucking ceramics.
Yeah.
But it does enter bowl. Of course it does.
Yeah.
Of course it does. But then I'm washing my hands after it and shit.
I'll tell you something that's happened a couple of times in the last 2 years to me. And I think it's maybe an age thing. There's times where I went for the lean and the wipe.
Fart.
And I've accidentally fired on my own hand.
Yeah.
There's something You don't feel like a civilized person. When you just go, I've just farted on myself. What happened there?
Nah, I think farting is top 10 things in life to enjoy.
Yep, I agree. But something about farting on your own hand as you wipe.
That's hilarious. That's a high-end fart.
I'm like, I've pranked myself. What's going on?
Yeah. How is that not hilarious? Listen to that sentence. I've pranked myself.
Yeah.
When you can dupe your own body,
got you.
That's the best.
Yeah, I guess.
Right, here's a fucking question. My farts of late have been getting out of control, man.
Did I tell you I did an intolerance test?
What is an intolerance test, for starters?
Well, I was getting an upset stomach quite a lot.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, something I'm eating or consuming is causing that.
Yep.
So I got a food intolerance test.
Yeah.
And did that. So it comes in the post. You got to prick your finger and put your blood on this little test strip, and then you ship it off to them. They test it against all these foods in the lab, and it comes back and tells you what you're slightly intolerant to.
Have you had your results?
I have.
Let me guess.
Okay.
What do I think Gareth Wall probably has?
I think if you were to guess these...
Do you have a lot of this?
I have a lot. I have quite a balanced diet, I would say.
Right, yeah.
I am... So I'll be very, very surprised if you guess these two things.
Two.
There's two things. They're not a full intolerance, so there was like a traffic light scale on this.
I think it's going to be something left field.
Yeah. So red is like you're very intolerant to this. I didn't have any of those. I had two amber ones. In fact, they give you a phone consultation as well as part of this, and I had that yesterday. So they called me up and said, "Were you quite surprised by what showed up? Here's how you can deal with it, and also you don't have to cut these things out your diet. Just have them slightly less and have more probiotics, and you'll be fine."
Have you kept up eating the stuff?
Yeah.
Is it both food groups? No, sorry, that didn't make sense. Are both things food items?
Yes.
Right. Because I was going to say milk, but probably not.
Well, I did at one point think it might be dairy.
Yeah.
It's not dairy.
You know what? Let's go fucking... Okay, I'm just going to start taking
They're
stabs.
very specific things, I should say,
right,
to maybe help you.
Sun-dried tomatoes.
No, but that there is I think tomatoes in particular is something that would affect people.
Well, I was thinking tomatoes, and then when you went specific, I went sun-blushed.
Yeah.
So it's not tomatoes. Is it some sort of nut?
No.
I could tell by your tone there that I'm getting colder.
Yes, I would say so.
Stick on the tomatoes much.
And it's things that you would find in other things as well. Maybe that would help you.
Garlic.
No, thank the Lord.
Yeah.
There was a couple of things I was worried about. I was like, please not. Like cheese. I love cheese.
Well, here's the thing.
Please not.
I was going to say this after you revealed your things, but I actually think it's better if we keep the suspense of what you're intolerant to up.
In fact, I can get the results up so I can tell you just how intolerant I am and stuff.
1,000%, which I know is not a percentage, but I am so sure. There is no doubt in my mind that I have IBS, and I ignore that every day.
I don't know that you've got IBS. I just don't think you eat very well.
No, I have IBS. Is that the one where it's like cheese and
no.
Oh.
So dairy products upset you?
For damn sure. And I know it to be true.
So you have a dairy intolerance?
Yeah.
Or what's the one?
And I just ignore lactose intolerance.
Yes,
sorry,
correct.
that's what I'm...
Yeah.
What have I said? IBS?
IBS, which is a condition.
No, sorry. What I meant to say
I suppose lactose intolerance is a condition as well, not to upset anyone.
Yeah, what I meant to say was I am 1,000% sure that I am lactose intolerant, and I ignore it on a daily basis. Throw more cheese on those nachos. That's me. I know what's happening.
Right.
I'm never surprised. I'm like, what have I eaten that's caused this? I know exactly, but I just don't care.
Wow.
I will continue to ignore till I inevitably die.
I think I would. I think a lot of people would with cheese.
Yeah.
So there was a couple of things I was worried about. I was like, not gluten, please, because that's beer out the window.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm really trying to think what it is for you. If it's bread, also fucked.
Right.
Wheat.
We're very close. You're very close
Oats.
there. No.
Oh.
I don't know my password for this.
Can you?
I'll just tell you what they were. The main one was egg whites.
Egg whites?
Yes.
Egg whites?
Yeah, that was the one I was most intolerant to.
Fairly gutting.
Yeah. And yeast.
Yeast, which is also in beer.
Yeah.
Dear.
Yeah, so those are the two that I've kind of got to watch. And I was like,
there's a lot of shit there's a lot of yeast in bread as well.
Well, eggs, like they were like, so did you be surprised by that? I was like, big time. And I was like, because I was like having like a lot of like pasta stuff, and they went, well, pasta's made with eggs. And I was like, fuck, of course. Didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
So I've got to watch those a little bit. And then there was a couple other ones that I quite liked looking through it all. But pricey, I've got to say. 130 quid for this test.
Oofed.
But I felt like I needed it because my stomach was so fucked at times.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, as I say, there's definitely stand up with me.
We should get you a test and get your results. That'd be good.
Tell you what, fucking 130 quid. I'll spend my next batch of good Patreon money, and I will invest it back in the pod.
It's like 3 months of Patreon money.
For a split second, I went, will they buy that? Do you think they'll buy that?
Yeah.
Do you think they'll believe me saying...
We'll start a GoFundMe.
I'll take the £130 at the Patreon money. Yeah, you're right. 3 months worth of Patreon stuff like
that. Let's talk about some of the news items.
Yes.
Specifically...
Dun, 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 dun. That was supposed to be a
little news jingle.
It was supposed to be.
I liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
Scotland have qualified for the Euros.
Fucking Yaldi.
Actually qualified before England did.
Yes, of course we did.
We were nearly the first team to qualify.
Yeah.
Until that fucking ref.
We really could have been.
Yeah. Scotland haven't been
back-to-back
bad.
Euros.
Arlo has only experienced Scotland being good at football.
Yes. Yeah. It's unreal. It's almost unfair.
The second Arlo was born, Scott McTominay became a goal machine.
Yeah, but again, only for Scotland.
Yeah, but that's because
world class.
But Man United, well, one, don't play him, and two, play him in a totally different position. Yeah,
that goal against the disallowed goal against Spain was cruel.
Ridiculous.
Was a worldie. The whippage.
Yeah,
on that.
I really hate that Spanish team to the point where
they've always been kind of cunty.
Yeah, but they never really bothered me before. But now they really bug me, and it's making me a little bit racist to the Spanish.
Well, thank you for joining the rest of us here. I think we've been there for a while. I certainly.
A lot of people don't like the Spanish.
I have Spanish family, and even they're like, "Fuck that's man." That's Italian.
That was
very Italian.
But I reckon they would agree with you. The Italians.
Yeah, the Italians would agree with us. They'd go, "Fuck that's Spanish."
Yeah.
No, even my Spanish family are like, "Nah, Spain's a fucking nightmare."
My mum used to get students in to live in the house when we were growing up.
What?
Like we had a spare room, so like if they were coming over here to study, she would like rent out for a couple of weeks or a month or whatever.
Wow, I did not know that.
And we had 3 Italian guys stay with us once, right? They were a bit older.
This is like a fucking In-Betweeners episode.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. They were older though. They were much older than me.
Did you take them to
I was still in primary
house
school,
party, and did he get off with the girl you wanted to get off with?
No. He did flirt with my mum a lot. I remember sitting playing FIFA with them.
Heidi, stay strong.
Yeah. I was playing FIFA with them. And I would say they were a good 5 or 6 years older than me. Like quite a bit.
Yeah.
So if I was 12, they were like 17.
No, age for fucking.
Yeah. And I remember playing FIFA and scoring a goal against one of them. And he went, bastardo. And I went, well, I know what that means. You haven't hit it that well at all.
You can't just chuck an O on the end there.
And they do all the time. That's their thing.
But we also do that. Cunto. We do that as well. Do you think if when we go, all right, cunto, an Italian person's going, no, speak of their language.
Yeah. Oh.
I understand the Scottish man.
Yeah.
That's weird. I did not know that about you.
Yeah,
I would hate that.
I didn't mind it too much.
I would hate it.
I remember they made spaghetti for us one day, and I was like, come on, lads.
Well, the upsides here.
I remember being like, come on,
This is why we play, Mum.
Yeah. I wouldn't go to Italy and go, I've made you all haggis. Well, I'm from Scotland. Do you know that? And I'm like, yeah.
Do you think that is the same comparison?
No, they make pasta all the time.
They make pasta a lot. That's like a thing that all Italians do.
Yeah.
How many...
And they're so passionate about it.
How do you make haggis? I don't even think I could tell you how to make haggis.
From scratch?
From scratch.
No idea. It's a lot of oats and
Yeah.
offal and
Yeah.
spices.
Whereas,
it's mostly oats. That's the thing. People get so weirded out about it, but the main ingredient is oats. I would say it's the other stuff they chuck in that
makes
people
it
get a bit
taste
weird.
good.
Yeah.
Have you ever just had a bowl of oats and went, haggis? Nope.
No, you
It's
go,
the
not
fucking-
porridge. Yeah.
Oh, is this blood? Haggisy.
Yeah. People get, you know when people say, oh, I don't like it because I know what's in it. I'm like, it's more impressive.
You like it.
Haribo is animal fat and it's delicious.
Who gives a fuck?
And people go, oh, do you know what's in a chicken nugget? I'm like, then they are the greatest chefs ever.
Yeah. And I agree.
Any good chef can make something delicious with fresh local produce.
No.
But if you can take a piece of newspaper and a chicken bone and turn it into a delicious nugget, fucking crack on, I say.
Fully agree. And I also don't understand that whole, I know what's in it. It's like, well, if you've tried it, liked it, at that point, it's game over for me.
Yeah.
Like, well, tell me something gross. Like, make some shit up. How they make salt and vinegar crisps. See if you can put me off salt and vinegar crisps.
They literally just get a ready salted crisp and put it under, what's the guy that wrote Cats? David Lloyd Webber. They chuck it under his armpit, let it rest there for 12 hours, and then it goes in the bag.
Of all the ways that was going,
I was trying to think, who's the grossest man?
I didn't know. Who's the guy that wrote Cats? I never thought that.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, not David Lloyd Webber. David Lloyd's the gyms, isn't it?
Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Chuck him
Who's
on
the guy that wrote Cats?
Yeah, they chuck him on an exercise bike.
I was not ready for that.
They put him on an exercise bike. They put the ready salted crisp down his shoes, and he cycles until the flavour gets in there.
I would still eat salt and vinegar crisps. I really would.
Yeah.
Also,
that's like remember Jamie Oliver showed kids how chicken nuggets were made.
Yeah.
And he's like,
he was a little rat, wasn't he, Oliver?
He's such a whingy little bitch. He showed these kids chicken nuggets, and they're all like, as he's making it. He was like, oh yeah, it's gross, right? And he's like trying to put them off, and then he cooks them up, and he went, who wants one? And they're all like, me.
Chicken nuggets.
And you see him just going like, well, I don't know, children at all.
This has failed.
Yeah, fuck off. You took turkey Twizzlers away from us, you dick. Don't take away the option.
Oh my God, I'm still recovering from Andrew. Who wrote Cats?
Who wrote Cats?
Who was the guy that wrote Cats? I was not ready for that.
Oh, who's this? Hang on.
Getting a phone call?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
not
going to answer.
Yes, please do.
Hello?
Hello, am I speaking with Gareth?
Yeah, this is Gareth.
Hi there, I'm calling from the Edinburgh Dental Institute.
Oh, hi.
Just calling just to remind you of your appointment that you have with us for next Thursday, the 26th at 9:45.
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect, we'll see you then.
Okay, cheers. Bye-bye. I thought that could have been something about the baby.
Oh,
so
right,
apologies, everyone. Could you hear that through?
I heard it on the headphones, but I have no idea if I heard everything.
It's just a dentist.
You've got an appointment at 9:45.
Yeah.
Next Thursday.
Oh God, I don't like that people are going to know where I am next Thursday. It's fine.
We can. We won't.
It's just, that's to get my wisdom teeth out.
Was it a dentist? I thought it was some sort of like council thing.
No.
Oh.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I've got an appointment so they can look at my wisdom teeth and go, right, how are we going to get these bad boys out?
Wow, they've got a meeting to sort out how you're going to tackle.
Yeah, well, they've not seen them. My dentist went, well, I can't take them out. We need to get you to the hospital because there's a surgery to get your wisdom teeth out.
Fucking hell.
Are
you scared of that?
No. I'm looking forward to getting them out.
Yeah, but the surgery's scary, no?
No.
You're not scared of surgery?
No.
Fair fucks, man. That's boot shit.
No, I trust them.
What's the scariest thing you've been... To be fair, I've had two very scary places to be operated on, I believe. Knob and throat.
Yeah, I got balls.
Yeah, but that's surely that put a bit of fear in you.
Yeah, I was quite young, and God, my balls were my life. You better believe I was worried. And they tell you some of the stuff that can go wrong.
And yeah, my balls were
I think I was 17 or 18. I was 17 because I remember on my 18th birthday showing some people the scar.
Some people?
People at my party.
Consented?
Yeah, I was like, do you want to see the scar on my balls? And they're like, yeah. And I got them out and showed.
What a great way to get a bit of fucking genital-based fucking kinkiness in.
I was pretty drunk.
I would have fucking loved that. If I was of that age when I got my fucking circumcision, you best believe every house party I was at, I was going to go, ladies, who wants to see fucking...
Get a swatch.
Yeah.
I think the life peaked for me on my 18th birthday because it was the greatest day in Scotland's history.
Oh.
My 18th birthday...
I'm going to guess it.
Yeah.
James McFadden goal against France.
Correct.
Shut up.
On my birthday.
Shut up.
I put on my first...
Because you just said Scotland's best day, and I went, well, that's what that is.
Correct, yeah.
06.
That morning, I put on my first bet. I put a bet, tenner on Scotland to win 1-0.
Oh my, that is the best day of your life.
It's never got better.
And it isn't gonna.
No, I know,
There's the sadness. You will be forever chasing. But what a day to have.
Yeah.
You
I'm a dad.
A bet on your 18th birthday.
Yeah, I know.
Surprised if that gets top 10.
Yeah.
You've had a pretty good life. So your 18th birthday.
Yes. The day.
You put a bet on going, I think Scotland's going to beat France 1-0.
Yeah.
And then it's the James
18
McFadden.
18-1. It was.
And it's that James McFadden wonder goal.
Andrew.
Oh my God. What a fucking...
I was so drunk I missed the goal. I was sat in my garden on my own.
So we started speaking about it and then we did kind of veer off. I was so wholly tempted to message my agent that night, being like, "Don't book me
June
anything for
2024.
June.
I'm not going anywhere.
Don't book me anything for June. I'll do fringe whips, April, May, July. I'm not doing June.
I think I need to go.
I think I need to go.
Yeah,
we should go.
Yeah,
we really should go.
Yeah.
Because mate. Germany as well. That's such a fucking good place to have it. I think.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be unbelievable. Back-to-back Euros. Fucking, we qualified for back-to-back Euros, and then the next one will probably qualify again.
Well, there's
the potential.
I did a joke about this on Breaking the News. They were like, "Are you excited about Scotland qualifying?" And I said, "Well, no. Are you excited about getting to do the Euros?" And I was like, "Yeah," because now we've got regular qualification. We've got the Nations League. We have a raffle. We can answer 3 riddles to Gianni Infantino ahead of FIFA.
There's a lot
and now 2 host nations get in. So there's 5 ways for us to qualify. I think that's excellent. And they keep adding teams. They're like, fuck it, everyone get in. Come on.
Right. Would you like to pick a personal question? But yeah, fucking let's start looking at fucking how would we get there? Would you drive?
To Germany?
Yeah.
You're mental.
Yeah, I'd pay you petrol money. 20 quid?
No, I think I would fly.
You'd fly. Well, then flights are already going to be going. Accommodation's going to be going as well.
Yeah, I know.
So we need to get on it fairly soon.
I know. I should probably clear it with
No. Stay on this wavelength. You and me in Germany. Ignore all practical elements.
Let's book it.
Imagine we did actually book it now. That would be kind of a laugh.
What famous person do you dislike the most that people say you resemble?
Oh, I did veer off at the end.
Yeah.
No,
you can tell me which one you dislike the most.
Yeah, I think no, because listen, we haven't, we're two humble boys. We're not exactly famous ourselves, but we definitely have we've brushed shoulders with some famous people, you and me. And I think we should go there. And I'll play as well. Who's the fucking shittest, worst cunt famous person we've met?
Good question.
I think I kind of know mine, but I think I was maybe the arsehole in the situation, but I've just pretended him for it.
That's a good question. Who did I meet that was a bit of a dick? I'm sure I've told people before I met them they were a dick. And I would as well. I also don't know that they maybe were a lot of the time. They meet a lot of people and can't be asked.
Well, that's it. Like, for example,
I reckon a lot of people think I'm a dick when they've met me for the first time.
I remember meeting Darryl O'Brien the first time, and he was class. Had a night with him.
Yeah.
In jokes with him. And then I met him
I was there. I was with you.
Yes. The night in Pilgrim.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
not Pilgrim, Pivo.
People kept asking him for a photo.
Yeah.
And then we said, Dara, could you take a photo of us? Yeah. And he went, yeah, sure. And I've still got selfies on my phone.
Yeah.
Of Dara. And I'll put them in. I'll send them to you for a little clip.
That's very funny.
There's like selfies of him. It was me, you, Adam Hess, Stu Goldsmith, and
Ian Sterling.
Was it Sterling?
And this is how I remember it was Sterling, because he fucked up the bit. So the bit was someone would come over and be like, "Oh, can we get a photo with Dara Breen?" And then I'd be like, or you'd be like, "Yeah, no worries." And we'd take a bunch of them with Dara, and then it'd be like me and you, or where I'd go, "All right, smile." And then you'd flip the camera, take one of yourself, but there'd be like 30, or not 30, but like
there'd
10.
Be 30.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of options with them with Dara, but then a couple just random ones.
Yeah.
And then one lassie went over to Ian, and she went, "I grew up with you, watching you on TV. I fucking loved all your kids' TV stuff. Can I please get a photo with you?" And he turned to us and went, "Lads, watch this. Hilarity ensuing." And then he put his arm around her, put the phone up in front of them, flipped to the camera, and like so she can see this.
Yeah.
So the camera's now just on the bar, bottles in the bar. Snapped like 10 of them and went, "There you go."
What a dum-dum.
And then she was like, "No, you just," he went, "Thanks very much." And he came back and went, "Lad, smashed it." And we're like, "No, you're an arsehole. You're an arsehole."
What year was that?
I'm going to say right now, fairly confidently, that was 2017.
Okay.
2016.
I'm going to search 2017 and see if I can find...
What year did we do Stand Rising? I reckon it was that year.
Oh, 2016. Yeah, I hadn't done a solo show yet. So 2016. I feel like we'll find it very fast. Oh my God, it's weird to see how it's happening in 2016. Oh, no. A lot of pictures of phone shops from me.
Yeah,
because I was working.
Samsung boy.
Yeah. I'll find it and we'll put it on the clip.
But yeah, so that night, I remember we had that whole night with him. He was class that night, wasn't he?
Yeah. Anytime I've hung out, before you disparage him, anytime I've hung out with Dara, he's been lovely.
And the second time was during the Fringe, and I found him very underwhelming. Wow. Probably just having a bit of a meh day.
Yeah.
And yeah, you leave going, "Well, he wasn't such a fucking cunt last time." Yeah. But the thing is yeah, people are fucking complex. I'm not firing 100 from 100 on killing it on fucking days. So yeah, sometimes you just bump into people and it's the wrong day or the wrong vibe, or you're being weird. I might have been pissed and he might have just been having a conversation with his mate, and I'm like, "Be Dizzy O'Brien." Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, fuck off. You had your night in fucking Pivo. Leave me alone."
Yeah, I can't think. I'm so sure there was people that I've found very rude, but I can't think of any. I met your man Gendry from Game of Thrones. He was one of the loveliest people I've ever met.
Who's Gendry from Game of Thrones?
Joe... he was also in Skins. Joe fucking... I wanted to say McElder, but he's from X Factor.
Yeah.
Joe... I don't know. It was in a few things.
Oh, I found this out as well. There was a weekend fairly recently where I was gigging in Manchester.
Yeah.
And I got invited to a birthday party from someone I know who works at Johnny Walker. Their industry fucking hooked up.
Yeah.
And I said, "Alas, I won't be able to go."
Alas, you said.
I said alas. I always say alas. I love to say alas. Alas, I shan't be frequenting your party on Saturday because I'll be in Manchester. And she was like, "Oh, gutted." And then I just saw on her Instagram that she had a photo with, West Lothian royalty. I don't know if you'll remember him. But West Lothian royalty used to work at the Gap, one X Factor, Leon Jackson.
I do remember Leon Jackson.
I
played football with Leon Jackson.
Well, then here we go for fourth one.
I believe so.
I imagine that probably would have been where that happened. So the photo of them two went up, and I went, "How the fucking hell do you know Livingston royalty Leon Jackson?" She was like, "I know people." And she went, "In fact, he's coming to the party on Saturday, if that changes anything." I went, "Alas, I'll be in Manchester." But I said this to Ailey, and Ailey would like punch the fucking thing. She went, and she was like, "I used to have posters of him." I had the biggest fucking crush. I honestly, I loved. She was like, speak to anyone in my. She went weird, and I was like, I've never seen you like this, wife.
Yeah.
Remember, you're married now.
Yeah.
And she was like, ask anyone in my family, they'll tell you how much I fucking love.
I don't think I need to. I think you've made it quite apparent.
I believe you. Yeah. There's no. This conversation isn't a I don't believe you thing. She was so annoyed. She went, why do you have to be in fucking Manchester with your fucking stupid dream and your job? Wow. You fucking piece of shit. I could be cheating on you right now.
Yeah, with former X Factor star. 2016 was also the day we had our amazing day out at the foot golf and Five Guys. We tried Five Guys for the first time.
What a day. That video of me, I think this is one of the funniest things I'll do. That video of me running. Use that word loosely, running up to the ball and just fucking hoofing it while shouting, have
some of this.
Have some of this. Yeah, you're right. Have some of this.
Yeah, I watch it a lot. I was going to say, we were talking about, I'm going to stop scrolling on this because I realise I've just scrolling on my phone now. Yeah. Not a good look. I'll find it another time.
If we find it, we'll chuck it in post.
It'll be in post. I'll find it. The Roman Empire thing and how often you think about that. I found out what my thing is that I think
What's
about
your Roman Empire?
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Do you remember the little possum that broke into the bakery in Australia? Is that a no?
That's a firm no. The fuck are you talking about?
A possum broke into a bakery.
No, it didn't.
Overnight.
No,
Yes,
it didn't.
Yes, it did.
It didn't break in.
It got in.
That I'll allow.
I mean,
got in.
Semantics now.
Breaking in and getting in, different.
It shouldn't have been in there, so he's broken. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but okay.
It wasn't like an Ocean's 11 heist.
That's what it implies. To me, breaking in...
He wasn't getting the little glass cutter and making a big circle and then like putting his plunger on.
Breaking in to me implies he's got blueprints. He's got
We don't know that he didn't.
He cased the joint for a week.
We also don't know that he didn't.
He's a possum. He's a possum. He probably didn't.
He's a possum. He gets into this bakery overnight.
Yeah.
And he has his wicked way with it. He eats all the pastries. He eats all the pastries. I love this possum so much. He eats so much he cannot move. So when they go into the bakery in the morning, he is lying in like the box of Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah.
It's like the lid's up in that, and he's lying in it. And he's so fat and full. He's just like, yeah, fuck it, caught. It's one of my favourite photos in the world. And anytime I'm full, I think about that possum.
Can I find that photo
I'll get it right now. I'll get it right now.
I'll get it right now.
It's my favourite thing. Possum bakery. That's all I'm going to Google. It'll be the first thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
He loves it.
I love it.
Hold on.
He's so fat. He's just leaning.
Oh my God.
He's on one elbow.
It's absolutely. It really is. It's like
he's had the night of his life.
He really has.
And cannot move.
Oh my God.
Anytime I eat too much,
that's
what I think about.
Yeah, that's remarkable.
It's probably dead now, but I think about that possum all the time.
Remarkable.
So listen to the caption of this photo. A possum broke into an Australian bakery. It says broke into. Yeah. And ate so many pastries it couldn't move. This is how they found him. He's fucking massive.
He's living his fucking best life.
He's just like that.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. He didn't want to get out of there. It wasn't for him. It was just the thrill. He was catch me.
It was never about the escape. It was always about getting
so
in,
many
living his cheek, fucking couldn't move.
Can you imagine how excited that possum?
Well. Like it looks like he was probably still just having little nibbles right to the end. Just
one more little piece.
Yeah, just every like hour.
I'm like sweating.
Every hour he'd go.
If he had trousers on, he would have unbuckled them. He'd live in the absolute dream. I love that possum so much.
That is the best way to end.